There are rapid developments on the Earth plane right now, and we're needing everybody's support that we can muster. Cleansing is of the utmost importance right now. The energies tend to be, as you put it so succinctly, rather sticky. They are designed to stick inside and to your bodies. So energetic cleansing is of the utmost importance. Keep you devoid of the influence of others. Let's put it this way. We realize that you're in a precarious position. We do not wish to put you in any danger or awkwardness by saying too much, yet there are many important things to say. Before we enter the temple, we will have our own cleanse, and then we will speak with Persephone. She is waiting to give a New Year's speech, as you would say in human terms. Know how to do that? Take salt baths regularly. Once you feel you've been, once you feel let's say you've been somewhere and you come home and you're not your usual sparkly self, just consider taking either a salt rub and then showering it off, or take a salt bath and do any energetic cleansing. We believe Nadia has already instructed you through a video online you can use, which we feel is very useful, can be of very great use to you. Or any other energetic cleansing ritual that you know of. There is no such thing as the one and only way to cleanse yourself energetically. There are many ways, and they're all effective. Seeing it's more than you would do if you didn't perform these rituals. So we urge you and recommend you to use these as much as possible. Sometimes taking some time to yourself, separating yourself a little from others, can be a good thing depending on what your pattern of life is. If you're amongst people a lot, taking time out for yourself in nature is recommended. We recognize, however, that the lack of touch is detrimental to your health as human beings. We see that now. The idea of meditating by yourself all alone every day is one we would not support. For this means that you would go without the necessary contact with others. The ones in power now know this. And this is part of their game. Humans need to be touched. Humans need to be together. From, as Nadia knows, from laughter yoga, people laugh most when they're together with loved ones and friends. Laughter is another way to disperse difficult energies. We don't really like to speak in terms of dark or light because there is no such thing. What we're trying to teach you here is to release the mere thought of what you call duality. Many of your egos are now asking how to survive if there were no life in duality. The clear answer here is that it would be a very different life. And perhaps, as many of us would say, a better life. I hope you recognize the joke here, seeing that better also needs duality in order to take any significance. But to speak in your terms, a life driven from something else than duality would probably create more joy. And seeing that we're in the business of joy, we would recommend that as a doctor for your healing. That would be our prescription. Of course, this makes Nadia smile, as she is a doctor, as you probably know. Humor is a very human emotion which has more merit than you usually give it credit for. Smiling, laughing out loud is hugely beneficial to your bodies. If only you would dose yourself with that as copiously as you take your supplements, we feel humanity would be better off. So our New Year's message to you is to make merit. There are some examples of exceptional human beings in your history who have succeeded in seeing the silver lining of the positivity in every situation, no matter how dire it seemed on the outside. This is a skill you'd be well advised to master. We recognize that this is not a serious approach as you are probably expecting for spiritual development. However, we are here to tell you that the way you are approaching spiritual development is only a limited perspective of the whole. Every being, every living, and not even, I would say, breathing being, but as we know, as we recognize breathing, plants breathe as well. It does not limit itself to mammals. Every breathing and not even breathing beings have core frequency, and that core frequency is made out of joy or love, but it's not to be mistaken with what humans tend to call love, which is a contract of give and take, usually. We speak of universal love here. which is the building block of everything you see. So should you wish to have a, let's say, smoother life, our recommendation is to start viewing everything in your surroundings as living, breathing beings with a spirit. Sometimes a very unique spirit. Nature's spirits are definitely very unique, each and every one of them. You have forgotten about them, pretending they weren't there. Woods or other natural areas wouldn't be what they were without these incredibly important nature beings. A first step would be to respect them, to recognize them even if you do not see them. You may say, I cannot see you, but I love you. Thank you for doing what you do. But this is slightly beside the point of my New Year's message to you. It makes us merry, the word New Year's message, because it's a message that is always true, not just at the New Year. But to be in keeping with your common practice, we like to be respectful of your rituals. The joy you seek resides in the heart, your ever powerful heart. Find the heart space and find the giggle inside. Just as children can giggle so readily, so can you. You haven't lost that practice. You may not remember, but it's still there. It's here. We are here to remind you of this. Everything is frequency, you see. We feel like we are repeating ourselves. However, we recognize that repetition is the way you learn. Everything is frequency, and you have no idea how important this is. This is paramount to everything and anything that exists. So we are here to let you know that you are inherently loved. There isn't a day, a minute, a second you go without love. The tendency to look for love inside another person is a recipe for disaster, as the only thing the other person factually is doing is mirroring the love that you are. From our perspective, there is no such thing as being outside love. It's an impossibility. You cannot be outside of love, because it's the very core of who you are, just like any other living, breathing being. It's the building block of what you're made of. We wish you to recognize that, to understand that. And I would say we love you dearly because it makes you feel whole. However, technically speaking, this message is incorrect. We are in love together with you, would be the correct way to express it. We are in the same love as you are, my dear ones. There is no hierarchy here. Loving you would place you in a less than position, which does you no service. We are in love together with you. We are all in love. Thank you. We will close now for our New Year's message to you. We wish you foresight, vision, but most of all, great joy inside those brilliant hearts of you, and awakening to the understanding of who you truly are. This is the way to freedom. Nadia quoted a fridge magnet she bought in Australia many, many years ago in the outback, which reads, "Breathe in, breathe out. This is the way to freedom." We agree. We will close now for the message. Any questions are welcome. Thank you.